In this video, we'll be taking a look at a few chart analysis to get you prepared for this week. Unfortunately, we were not able to put out this video yesterday on Sunday, but we're putting out this video now on Monday. Hopefully, you get it on time to help you get started with your trading week. If you love the content, as usual, please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you're interested in learning trade forex like a professional, check out our complete forex trading course on Udemy. I have the link attached in the description below. And just in case you aren't aware, we also have a community on Discord. It's totally free. You can use the link in the description below as well to join our Discord. So we'll be starting with the gold chart on the daily time frame. And as we discussed last week, we looked forward to a bullish breakout from this area of resistance. So don't worry, we're going to go down to the lower time frame, like 12 hours time frame, to clearly see what's going on down here, right? Meanwhile, we seem to be approaching the all-time highs for gold, which is this resistance level where we had our triple top. So we have one rejection, 2 and 3, which led to this massive decline and a bounce off of this area of value. So right now it seems we are heading back into this area of value for a potential reversal or a breakout this time, whatever the case may be. So what we do as traders is we do not predict the market, we only react. So we follow price action wherever it leads. So now I'm going to be going to the lower time frame to show you what's going on down here to see if we can spot our good trade opportunities for this week. So going down to the 2 hours time frame, please don't mind the many lines I have on chart. It's just to highlight the various area values. So this is our channel, so I'm going to get rid of this channel right now because that's been invalidated. So we're going to work with the area values we have on charts. So like we discussed last week, we expected a move into the area value with a potential breakout and retest for the bullish case scenario, which we did, right? So you can see we had a bullish breakout from this area value, we had a retest, and then we had a follow through, the bullish move. So this would have made you an easy, that made you an easy 350 pips, which is really decent for a day trader, right? So right now we are trading around this area of value. So this is how you trade. You follow up with the levels as price evolves, and you take advantage of those levels when we either get a breakout or a bounce. So the difference right now between this level and this level is that we already had a breach of this level, but right now we're trading below the level. So this is what I'll be watching out for to go long. So I'm simply going to watch out for a consolidation right now. It doesn't matter if we trade perfectly in line with the real value above or below. It doesn't really matter. The key point here is that we already breached this level and it seems we are going for a consolidation. So I'm going to wait for the completion of this consolidation followed by a bullish breakout for me to go long, right? So this is what I'll be watching out for on gold to go long. So the bullish continuation pattern might be a symmetrical triangle, it might be a bullish flag, it might be a descent triangle. As far as we do get a bullish breakout after that consolidation, that's going to be my confirmation to go long. So if something like this happens, my entry is going to be above the breakout, stop loss is going to be around the lows, or around the lows that leads to the breakout, or around the lows of the consolidation that leads to the breakout, excuse me. And I'm going to aim for the all-time highs right over here. So this will be approximately, let's see, approximately 600 pips. So I'm not hold the trade all the way to this high. So I might close half of my position halfway, but this is generally going to be our target if we're able to get a trade set up like this. So something I also like to clarify is that whenever I draw consolidations like this, it doesn't mean price is going to spend a week consolidating or 2 weeks consolidating. So I draw this consolidation so it's visible enough to understand what to expect, right? You can see this breakout and retest over here seems so tiny, but on the 1 hour time frame, if you zoom in, you can see we actually did get that breakout, retest, or small consolidation before we had a bullish breakout. So consolidations may happen in any format, right? It could be on the 1 hour time frame, 2 hours time frame, it could take a day, it could take 2 days, it could take a few hours. As far as you get that consolidation, and at the end of the consolidation you get that bullish breakout, that should be your confirmation to go long, right? So it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to take a week or 2 days. It doesn't have to be as big as this, right? So you can see my illustration here compared to what we had here, and this is something I also explained last week. this is the consolidation we're talking about. So when you have consolidation like this, it gives you a signal that you could go long as a continuation of the initial move, either bullish or bearish. So in this case over here, we had a bullish move first. We had this consolidation like a symmetrical triangle with a bullish breakout. So if you go down to the 30 minutes time frame or the 1 hour time frame, let me just do that right now so you see what I'm talking about. So you can see on the 1 hour time frame, for example, you see how nicely formed this is. So this is what I'm talking about. So when you get consolidations like this, bullish breakout followed by a retest, if you're a conservative trader, this will be a confirmation to go long. So this is exactly or something similar to what I'll be watching out for here, right? So just because I draw my expectations like this doesn't mean it's going to take this long to form. So it could take a day, take 2 days, take a few hours. As far as we get a completion of that consolidation, of that formation with a bullish breakout, that'll be our signal to go long. So as for gold right now, I won't be going short because we are currently in a solid bullish trend, you get, which started all the way from these lows. So I'm only looking for buys because there's no reason to go short right now, probably until we get into the area, the all-time highs. Then we'll start considering going short for a possible reversal, right? So moving on, we're talking about EUR-USD real quick. We discussed about how we could get a continuation. Mind you, if you follow our chart last week, we had a channel, right? So we had a channel like this. So excuse me, I'm going to quickly put this back on chart. So we had a channel something like this, but I decided to take off the channel because we are currently trading outside the bounds or outside the confines of that channel. Okay, except you want to start adjusting your chart, which wouldn't be ideal or which wouldn't be so great, right? So if you do this and adjust, the lens wouldn't align as much as it did when we took these highs, right? So I'm just going to get rid of this channel and work with what we have over here. So what we have over here seems like or looks like an ascending triangle. So it is logical to expect some bullish move from EUR-USD because the gold is doing so well, being bullish, so the bulls are in charge. But I don't want to put this idea into your head that EUR-USD and gold are correlated. Okay, they actually aren't, right? So the only asset that ties EUR-USD and gold together is the US dollar. So when the US dollar acts, it's works across the major currency pairs, right? So for gold, the reason why gold has been so bullish right now, despite the dollar being bullish, is because there are fears of inflation rising in the United States. So investors are fleeing and hiding around the safe haven assets, which gold is the elite asset when it comes to moving to safe haven assets. So that's why gold has been bullish. So right now, EUR-USD may experience some sort of bullish breakout. So we may get something like this, good consolidation like this, followed by a bullish breakout, which will be our confirmation to go long. So this is the 4 hours time frame on EUR-USD. So you can watch out for this on the 2 hours time frame. Okay, let me just quickly go down to 2 hours time frame. Yeah, so this is 2 hours time frame. You could watch out for a good bullish breakout from this resistance level of this ascending triangle, right? So that would be my scenario to go long. Probably you could wait for a confirmation, meaning after getting series of consolidation, you could wait for a breakout, a retest as a confirmation before going long. So you go long at the reversal from the retest, or you could wait for a consolidation, a breakout, another continuation consolidation above the resistance level before you go long. So these confirmations are meant for conservative traders, but if you're an aggressive trader, sometimes you could just go long immediately we have a breakout from the resistance level, and your stop loss is simply going to be below the consolidation that leads to a breakout, or your stop loss could be below this trend line. So it's risky for aggressive traders to just jump in, but you have to manage risk properly. Okay, so you could get in on a very small position when we get our breakout. So when we get a confirmation of a retest or a consolidation, then you can go in with the rest of your entry. So just in case you don't want to miss out on that initial massive move following the breakout. So that's it for my bullish case scenario on EUR-USD. While for my bearish case scenario, which could easily materialize because clearly this is still a downtrend with a consolidation that looks like a bearish continuation pattern. So that will look like this. So if you get a consolidation like this, so then we get a bearish breakout. So this could be your confirmation to go short from this ascending triangle, right? So this is my two outlook for EUR-USD. Nothing much to see or explain, but I'm going to be watching out for these confirmations on the 1 hour time frame, because it gives me a better entry, or probably 2 hours time frame, which is also decent on this in this type of price action. So this is briefly for EUR-USD. Not much to see. We have the bullish case scenario, bearish case scenario. Like I said earlier, the bullish case scenario is waiting for price to take out this resistance level. If you are conservative, you could wait for a retest followed by a bounce, right? A bullish bounce, or you could wait for a breakout, a consolidation, and a bullish move. So the difference is that you need to follow a strict risk management profile, strict risk management principle, right? So you don't get your account blown off, because the markets can be tricky sometimes. So remember, I don't have a magic wand. I'm not a I'm not a soothsayer, I'm not a priest, so I really don't know what's going to happen in the market, right? All I do is share my opinion and follow the price action, whatever it leads. So this is how I trade. This is what we do every week, and I hope you're able to take advantage of these videos every week. So moving on, we're talking about crude oil real quick. I love to trade crude oil, like you all know if you've been following us for a while, and we seem to be in a bullish trend. You can see price making higher highs and higher lows, but it's been a few weeks now we've been unable to put in a new higher highs on crude oil, which makes me think this consolidation over here might be a bearish continuation pattern for me, right? So following this massive bullish move, so we could be looking at an ABC pattern, ABC on crude oil. But don't take my word for it, we'll just follow the price action wherever it leads. So this is a 4 hours chart on crude oil. So I'm going to be waiting for a consolidation followed by a bearish breakout. This would be my signal to go short. I'm going to go short. Stop loss is going to be above the consolidation that leads to the breakout or around its highs, and my target is going to be around this area of value. So this is how I'm going to trade crude oil, right? Pretty easy, pretty simple. I know, yes, we are still in a bullish trend of sorts, but since we've been unable to put in a new high, so I think we might be experiencing some bearish pressures from the bears on this crude oil. So this is what I'll be watching out for to go short. As for a long position, I'm simply going to wait for something like this. Excuse me, I'm going to get rid of these lines, right? So yeah, so I'm going to wait for a good breakout from this area of value, taking out this high. You can see we have a high here, and we have these two highs which got rejected when we got into those levels. So I'm going to wait for price to take out those highs, then retest this level, and establish ourselves above this level before I look forward to go long. So this is what I'll be watching out for to go long on crude oil. So I'm going to be a little bit conservative when it comes to going long on crude oil, despite we are in a bullish trend, right? So this is what I'm going to be watching out for. I'm not just going to jump into a long position when we make a slightly higher high, a high higher than this two highs over here, because it could simply become a a fake out. So something like this, it could go high like this and simply fall. So this is the reason why I wouldn't be jumping into a long position if we make a slightly higher high over here. So I'm going to wait, I'm going to be conservative and wait for us to clearly establish ourselves above this area of value, then followed by a follow through, a bullish breakout from the slight consolidation. So this is what I'll be watching out for to go long on crude oil. So mind you, it may take a day, it may take 2 days, it may take a week to get fully formed. But I'm going to be patient enough for the bullish case scenario. As for the bearish case scenario, I would simply go aggressive, right? So if we do get that consolidation like this and then a bearish breakout, then I'm going to go aggressive on crude oil. So I'm going to go down to the 2 hours time frame. So this is clearly visible, because on the 4 hours chart it looks a little tight, right? So excuse me, so as I was saying, I'm going to wait for that consolidation like this, followed by a bearish breakout to go short on crude oil. So this is my outlook for crude oil. Moving on, we're going to be talking about GBP-USD real quick. So GBP-USD, similar to what we have on EUR-USD, finding it difficult to take out this trend line. So this is a very interesting chart, because last we talked about the possibility of price tapping into this area of value and getting rejected. You can see we had one tap rejection, another tap rejection. So price, bouncing off of this area of value right now, moving slightly to the downside within this channel. So you can see this, the upper bound of the channel, this green line, and the lower bounds of the channel. So I'm simply going to wait for something like this. So bullish case scenario is waiting for more consolidation and then a bullish breakout from this trend line. So this will be my confirmation to go long, and I think this is going to be a very, very solid trade. So if we do get a breakout, my stop loss probably is going to be around these lows if we get those lows, or it's going to be around these lows. Yes, I know stop loss is a little wide, but there's a good chance we don't come back to these lows if we take out this trend line, and my take profit is going to be around these highs. So this is how I'm going to trade GBP-USD. But if we do get this consolidation before this breakout, then my stop loss could easily be below the lows of the consolidation that leads to the breakout. So this is pretty easy and pretty straightforward for GBP-USD. This is what I'll be watching out for to go long. As for a bearish case scenario, this is what I'll be watching out for. So just as we discussed last week, I'm going to wait for price to come into this area of value, consolidate a little, and again give us the bearish breakout. Then probably this trend line below, so the lower bounds of the channel, would be invalidated. So this will be my confirmation to go short. So if we get this, a move to the area of value, the support level, a good consolidation followed by a bearish breakout, this will be my confirmation to go short on GBP-USD. While for a long position, I would simply wait for price to consolidate a little and take out this trend line. So when we take out this trend line, also taking out a few highs, that will be my confirmation to go long, and I'm going to aim for this resistance level. So when I go short, I'm just going to trail my position as we go lower, right? I believe you all know what trailing means. So this is briefly for GBP-USD, and either of these things happen, so either the bullish case scenario or the bearish case scenario, I would be going aggressive. I don't think there's any reason to wait for confirmations, because this massive consolidation over here is already our confirmation. And for the bearish case scenario, if we get a consolidation on this support level before we get a breakout, that's already our confirmation to go short. So that's how I'm going to trade GBP-USD. And lastly, we're going to be talking about Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, as I discussed last week, daily time frame, this seems like a massive bullish flag, right, after this massive bullish move. So I talked about the fact that there's a good chance we get rejected by this area of resistance, this higher bound of the trend line, and we had exactly that. How nice. So going down to the lower time frame, so this is a 2 hours time frame, and I'm going to show you I'm watching out for to either go long or go short, right? So we are at massive, excuse me please, don't mind the many lines on my screen, just to mark out important area of values, because I trade this stuff, right? So we had a very good bounce off of this resistance level, which is our sloping trend line, following the formation of a massive bullish flag on the daily time frame. But the bullish flag is not confirmed yet until we get a bullish breakout above this trend line. And when we had this formation of this rising wedge, I told you there's a good chance we go lower, either to this price level or this lows, and we did exactly that. If you're following us, you should be making a ton of money from these videos, right? So right now we seem to be heading towards these lows, so I'm going to watch out for price getting into these lows, consolidating and giving us that bearish breakout as a sign of a continuation, right? So this is what I'm going to be watching out for to go short on Nasdaq. So if we get something like this, we go short. I'm going to wait for price to tap into this the lower bounds of the trend line that's guiding our bullish continuation. Then I'm going to adjust my stop loss to entry to safeguard the trade, because I think there's a good chance we break through this level with ease, like knife cutting through butter, right? But just to mitigate risk, so when we tap into this green trend line, I'm going to adjust my stop loss to entry to safeguard my trade, just in case we get a reversal. But if we do not get a reversal, there's a good chance we are just going to keep dropping and falling like a rock, right? This on Nasdaq. So this is going to be my bearish case scenario. While for a bullish case scenario, I would watch out for a reversal pattern over here, right? Maybe like a bullish engulfing candle, or a chart pattern like a symmetrical triangle, a descending triangle on ascending triangle for me to get a confirmation of a reversal to go higher. But I am more inclined to going short on Nasdaq compared to going long, because the United States economy is in a mess right now, and I think that's the reason why we see these assets falling so hard. So you can see what we have over here, massive decline from last week all the way down to this week. So I think it's going to continue, but when we get to the support level, we might stall a bit before going lower. So this is it briefly for this week's analysis. If anything changes, I'm going to update this chart in our Discord community. And if you're not part of our Discord community yet, use the link in the description below to join our Discord. It's totally free. And lastly, if you're interested in learning to trade Forex like a professional, check out our complete Forex trading course. I have the link attached in the description below. That's it from me, guys. See you next week.